From being an employee who clocked in and out for 13 years to becoming a CEO who never clocks out, I've seen it all. The hustle, the politics, the prayer points, and the petty emails. Because when you've worked with humans long enough, you realize that office is just a mini reality show with no cameras. If you've ever worked, hired, fired, or simply survived the Monday, this space is for you. Welcome to Office Talks with Nnenna Madu, where boardroom meets the break room and the gist is brutally honest. So let's tell ourselves the truth. Delegation is sweet until you see what they deliver. There are two types of leaders in every office. There is Oga Tony. Oga Tony is that I will do it myself kind of boss, that one-man squad. And then there is Madam Kemi. Madam Kemi is the professional delegate. Madam Kemi loves teamwork. Everybody must touch work under Madam Kemi. She would sip her coffee proudly and just stay there and chill while other people are doing the work. And for a while, it's bliss because she's less stressed. She has time for strategy. And she's even catching up on her skincare routine and her latest, series that is happening. Until one morning, the client will call and say, "Hi, Kemi, how far? What did your team send to me? This job is half done." And then Kemi will now be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she'll start running around. She will start praying under her breath. And then delegation don't turn to wahala. Delegation is only sweet when your team actually delivers. Otherwise, it's just stress in disguise. So why does this happen? Let's start with Madam Kemi, the delegator. Why does Madam Kemi even feel the need to delegate? Madam Kemi is delegating because she's smart, because she knows that work should flow. Nobody should just stay idle in their work. Nobody should have to die of hypertension on top Excel work. She wants everyone to be productive, no free salary. She also wants people to have ownership of the job, be confident in that job, and take pride in their tasks. And most importantly, because she trusts that the people that she hired is going to get the job done. And that's where the heartbreak begins. Because on the other end, there is this brother, the one that knows how to do half job, that is a professional in doing half job, that employee that will take the task and somehow return it looking like, a jam question or something that you did not send them. Why does this half brother, this brother that does half job, why do they collect a job that they know that they cannot finish? Let's be honest. The reason why they do all those things is because they want to impress Madam Kemi. They cannot say no. They want to look like they are capable. Or another reason is because maybe his CV says fast learner, but in real life, he's buffering. Remember those people that will say, "Oh, fluent in Italy." Then they say, "Oh, speak Italian," and then you start speaking French. Those kind of people. Then he doesn't really even understand the task, but he will not ask questions because he has pride. There is pride in him. So pride will not allow him to ask the right questions. You can't be a proud Olodo and still be annoying. Pick a struggle. You see, sometimes delegation fails not because the boss is wicked, but because staffs don't clarify instructions. They just assume. You tell them, "Send me a report," and they'll give you a PowerPoint report. You ask them for 10 clients. You ask for 10 clients. They will send you 6, and they'll start giving flimsy excuse like network was bad. You tell them to calculate quotation, and they will manually type numbers on Excel like it's calculator. Let me not even lie. This particular thing happened to me. I had one staff like this that was a graduate, experienced though, and everything. But every time a quotation will be coming out wrong. And I was wondering, what's going on? Sister, this is an Excel. This computer can calculate for you. So why are you wasting time and why are your calculations coming out wrong? And this girl had the audacity to say that she prefers doing it her way. Like, bro, you don't know how to do it. So imagine using Excel manually, like using microwave to fry egg. So now, Let's talk about the solution. What can a boss do when delegation keeps backfiring? Number one thing that you need to do as a boss, if you want your delegation or what you have delegated not to backfire, you have to have clarity. Clarity is king. Don't just say handle it. Ask them to explain back to you. If you tell somebody to say something, if you tell somebody something, tell them that they should explain that thing you said to them and ensure that they have clarity of that thing. If they cannot repeat it clearly, they haven't understood it. Number two is that ask them what they would need. Ask them the time, the tools, the team members. Let them list what they will need before they start. That way you know that whoever is working and whoever is planning to give excuse, you will just be able to tell the difference between who can work and who is going to give you excuse in the long run. Number three, shared progress. Use shared folders. Use document folders and WhatsApp updates. It's better you know what's going on before, like when you have a traction of what's going on and you can go there and go and give input and give comments rather than you to just, keep quiet till it ends and it's not gotten done. That way you see anything that is supposed to come in, you see it clearly and you'll be able to block it. Number 4, which is very important and something that I do, is body system. So when I'm talking to one staff, I always like somebody else to be there witnessing, what I'm saying, and when the person is telling me back what I've said to them, you pair them together so that they can cross-check themselves. Because the reason why this is very important is that when query comes, when somebody has done their own part of the rubbish and then query comes, nobody can shout and say, she's a witch, because two people were there and they can serve as a witness. And the last one is that you need to redelegate quickly. There are some people that they don't even just want to do that job. They will not do it. Like, they know that they're going to do it half done right from the time. So once you notice delay or confusion, just take back that task and give it to someone else. No time for sentiments. When KPI evaluation comes, then they will see what they've done for themselves and they will see the one that they did and the one that did not do. Redelegate fast. Don't let loyalty turn to liability. Because if you don't, one day at midnight, you will just get a call and they'll just say, madam, company don't catch fire. And that's because one incompetent HSC has gone to go and plug something where they're not supposed to plug something. Nobody admits that they are incompetent until the damage is done and the company account will feel it. Look, delegation isn't about trust. It's about verification. People love to say delegate and rest, but we know that sometimes it is delegate and monitor like CCTV. Delegate, yes, but don't just disappear. Oversight is not micromanagement, though. It is survival. And let's be real, leaders also need to check their side. If your instructions are confusing, people will deliver confusion to you. There's no two ways about it. You can't come and drop 2-page tasks in one sentence and expect magic. You need to be clear. You need to be concise. You need to follow up. And please, when people mess up, don't start meeting of shouting. You can't be shouting. Correct, train, and replace. Simple. If shouting fixed incompetence, the world will be a better place and people will be more effective. See, the goal of leadership isn't to do all the work yourself. It's to build people who can think like you when you're not there. But if you keep pampering mediocrity, your company will suffer in silence. You can't keep paying salaries to people who are allergic to excellence. So don't let empathy make you keep employees that your business is allergic to. At the end of the day, delegation is an art, not a dumping ground, because some of you will just delegate and run away. When it's sweet when it works, but disastrous when it doesn't. Hire smart, train right, double check everything, because in this economy and in this world at large, one half-job mistake can wipe out the profits that you've been chasing for months. Half-job employees can make full-blown losses. So over to you. my viewers? Are you Oga Tony doing everything yourself because you don't trust anybody? Or are you Madam Kemi delegating and praying, but you're praying that your team doesn't embarrass you? Whichever side you are on, just remember that delegation doesn't mean disappearance. Lead with sense, monitor with grace, and always have backup. And if you have any gist, I would like to hear from you. Just send your gist or your stories or something that, that happened to you that has to do with delegation. Send that stories to nnennamadwabom@gmail.com for us to feature you on one of our episodes. Until next time, guys, this is Office Talks with Nnenna Madu, where the boardroom meets the break room. And the gist, you already know, is brutally honest.